So here I am in the city of Sacramento. One of the big questions, well, one of the questions that I get a lot is for the folks in the Northern California is, where do you get your tropical fruit trees? And in my case, it's always been the various tropical fruit tree nurseries in LA, Southern California. But in speaking to the owner, this is actually literally a partnership between the old nursery along with the Mimosa Nursery, the exact same Mimosa Nursery that's my favorite, the one that I always go to in Montebello. But I wanted to give you a tour of actually what they've got. It's actually insane just because, I mean, I personally, from a business perspective, it doesn't make sense, but if you've got the right green thumb, just because Sacramento is the Central Valley and it is the exact same climate as my city in most of Central Valley. You're talking insane 115-degree summers, dry, 20-30% humidity, and frosty 25-degree winter days. So if you notice unlike the tropical fruit tree nurseries in LA where majority of them are out in the open without any filter sun protection, in the Central Valley, even with the nursery here, they recognize that, yeah, you've got to protect your trees from the sun. Look at them. Look at this. There's actually two layers of shade protection. I would guess each should be maybe 25% or so. So combined, you get 50% shade. When you come here, okay, tropical fruit trees, Kaimito, story apple. I'm really impressed that they've got these here. And the inventory is a lot than the ones in LA just because, I mean, the lot here is, yeah, it's, I would guess to be maybe twice the size, but I'm really impressed with the inventory. Just the Kaimitos alone, the store apples, 200 bucks. First impression was, I was thinking that you're gonna be paying a premium for the inventory, but no, it is my opinion, and I've been shopping in the LA region a lot for tropical trees. This over there would be going for at least 400 bucks. It is $200, and from what I'm told, there's a sale going on. So, I mean, $200 is really good for this size. And look at the health of this. I mean, the shade makes a big difference. No leaf burn whatsoever. So store apples, Kaimito. There's two varieties that they carry, the green and the purple. I may end up picking one up. Just if you come here, I mean, look at this. It's, yeah, this is like brand new growth. It really is just like full of activity. This is amazing that they've got this here. So now on my right, various Anonas. These are Etamoyas, but I've seen some Chermoyas as well. But um, going back to the pricing, it varies. I've seen some that, in my opinion, should be priced lower, while others should be priced more. But it's a mixed results. But Etamoyas here, next to a strawberry tree. Wow. Yeah, strawberry trees. Yeah. So from what the owner tells me, for the more sensitives, they actually do have a greenhouse, which is basically a 6 mil painter's plastic, which is the same one I use every single winter to protect some of the tropicals, more sensitive tropicals, that is. Strawberry trees. Yeah, I'm really impressed. So yeah, again, like $200. This is a steal. I mean, this is not an advertisement for anything, but I'm just telling you, for the folks in Northern California, Sacramento, San Jose, Bay Area, Redding, Sacramento. This area is going to be your best bet if you want tropical fruit trees. And yeah, the inventory again is mind-boggling. Thai guava, yeah, wow. Okay, now this is for sure a cherimoya. Dr. White actually. Yeah, you could really tell the size of the leaves. Yeah, this is a really nice looking cherimoya. Yep. So $100 for some of these. So these are the different anonas. Now, store fruits. Also, 240 for my guess would be maybe a 20-gallon size. Not a bad deal. I mean, look at the size of the trees. Yeah, the nice thing about these is once you take it home, you actually don't even need to put it in the ground. It probably can stay in a container for quite some time, maybe a year or even two. And during that process, because these are matured wood, they will, fruit for you like the same year. Twice actually, because store fruits, they, in my climate, in my area anyway, they fruit twice a year, and there's no reason why they wouldn't fruit twice a year here as well. But wow, I'm really impressed. Yep. Yeah, this is what I mean by fruit twice a year. Now, from what the owner tells me, because of the partnership with the Mimosa in LA, majority of these were, they came from the Mimosa Nursery in LA, which would mean a lot of them probably came from the Florida region. But good size pineapple guavas. Yeah, I would imagine with this particular type of container that you're probably gonna want to leave it there. Yeah, let's yeah, they carry, I'm really impressed with the inventory. They carry a lot. I mean, you're talking trees that grow here, you're talking deciduous trees, fruit trees that is, as well as tropicals, which if you've noticed, just about all the tropicals are in shade. Right now, as I'm filming this, it's a mere 80 degrees. But these tropical fruit trees, once we get the heat waves, really would appreciate the protection from the sun, that is. Now, in their native climate, because of the humidity, even though it's 100 degrees, 110 degrees, the tropical fruit trees are okay. But over here, because our air is so dry that they really would appreciate the protection. Yeah, look at this. Painter's plastic. This really, in my opinion, is mostly temporary just because when you look at this, it's really not meant to be year-round, but it's doable. Long ends. 25 gallons. Oh yeah. And then everyone's favorite, the mangoes. Yeah, I mean, looking at the price, it's actually very comparable to the ones in LA, if not slightly more, or actually even cheaper. And you don't have to drive down there. 120 bucks for this 7 gallon. Not bad. Wow. Yeah, if you want mangoes, this is it. And just from the emptiness of this section, I would imagine this is probably going to be where the mangoes would go when they get their fresh inventory. But guavas, lychees, boy, more guavas of different varieties. I mean, I see a, looks to be a red Malaysian, though I may be wrong. No, it's a Thai purple. Wow. Now this guy looks to be maybe a canistel. Yep, he is. Bruce canistel, 8-foot plant. You know, it could be yours for like $1,500, but he is a good size. Boy, look at this mango and wax jambu. Boy, yeah, I mean, wax jambu, you don't see them in like the Central Valley just because they are insanely cold sensitive. But here they have them, and these aren't the black diamond, black pearl. I mean, this particular one is Indonesian wax jambu, which I'm not sure, but here it is. Yeah, these look to be lychees. Wow. Oh no, I'm sorry. Jaboticaba. These are jaboticabas. They're the blue variety. I say that just because this is what I'm used to being a jaboticaba. So the foliage throws me off just a bit. But yeah, I mean, good size jaboticabas. Boy. Yeah, again with this, I would imagine you could just put this in your driveway and it would just grow. Yeah, jaboticabas takes the full sun, takes the full winter without any issues, unprotected. June plum, one of the more cold-sensitive tropicals. They've got them here. Big old trees. Yeah, another canistel. Looking at this, it looks like they've got, yeah, this is all the jujube sections. Jujubes, unless it's um, the 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 Indian or the Thai variety, they are going to be deciduous here in the Central Valley. And these look to be, if I'm not mistaken, sourshops. They might, yeah, I think they are sourshops actually. Sourshops. In speaking to the owner, it's actually cheaper to get it here. Yep, persimmons. You can't go wrong with persimmons. Ah, more nonas. Well, yeah. I can't tell what this one is, but my guess would be it's probably an Etamoya. Boy, guavas. Let's actually come here. Sapodillas. Wow. With the sapodillas, I'm not seeing any small ones though. This is a new partnership, so their inventory is just being picked up. But these look to be just the massive container ones. Now, with sapodillas, you if you don't want to weigh, it would be helpful to get the larger ones just because these are one of the slower growing tropicals. Here's a tamarind here for you. Uh, Now they come in two varieties. This is the sour variety, but tamarind, boy, yeah, more sapodilla, tamarind. Oh yeah, yeah. I'm really impressed with the inventory. Let's see here. Now this place is big. There's a lot of walking. Let's go back into the greenhouse a bit. Look at this. My guess would be it's either a sugar apple or an etamoya of some sort. Likely an etamoya, but good sized tree. Pendants. You cannot have enough pendants. If you know what they are, yeah, trust me, you can't have enough. And they're priced very reasonable. In Southeast Asia, this is basically their air freshener. They have a lot of this in the restrooms. Yeah, it smells really good and it tastes really good as well with desserts. You can't smell it, but the pendants, it smells really good. It's very desserty. It's yeah. These look to be black pepper vines. Yep. So again, yes, shade cloth. I mean, this is double shade cloth. Oh, look at this. Miracle berries. Yeah, again, the reason why they've got all this here is unlike LA, okay, we need additional sun protection. LA does not get over like 90 ever, maybe once in a while, but we get, upwards up to 117. So the double layer shade protection is needed, especially on the miracle berries. Now, specific to miracle berries, in addition to the shade protection, winter protection, it also requires the soil to be crazy acidic. I would imagine the Central Valley, even in Sacramento area, the soil, the native soil, to be right around 8 or so on the pH scale. This guy needs it to be right around 4.5 to 5, which would be, well, it's, I want to say it's about maybe 10,000 times more alkaline than what this guy needs. So you got to bring it down, your soil pH, that is. Otherwise, the option would be to just grow in containers. Nothing wrong with that. These are slow growing trees anyway. So I'm going to assume everybody knows what a miracle-berry is, but the fruits from the tree blocks out your sour taste buds for about half an hour or so, which would result in anything sour tasting sweet, anything sweet tasting dramatically sweeter. It's just a fun plant to have, and it also tastes really good as well. Boy, yeah, look at this. Yeah, jasmine flowers. Yeah, and there's one thing I want you to take note. The ground, they've got the whole thing, with wood chip mulch essentially. I mean, in their case, they're not growing it to, well, I would imagine they're not growing it for the purpose of improving the soil, but more for customers to walk on. But ideally, this is how much mulch you should have at your home. Well, maybe not this high. I say maybe a foot high. This looks to be maybe almost 2.5, 3 feet tall. But yeah, the amount of wood chips that they've got is, yeah, it is. The worms and everything that's living underneath it is really happy. But yeah, I mean, if mine doesn't break down, because I've been putting mine in for several years, it would have been this high if it doesn't break down. But yeah, just big emphasis on mulching if you want to put stuff in the ground. But yeah, look at it. I mean, like the level where the containers are to where I'm standing. Yeah, um, coffee trees, because well, why not? These look to be Longans. Yeah, these are longans. Smaller size longans. So 80 bucks is actually not bad. $100 is really not bad. This is on par with the ones in LA, if not slightly cheaper actually. Coffee tree. Now, notice even though it's in double shade, it is still going to get sunburned. This guy just needs high humidity and heavy sun protection. Avocados. One note about avocado, you're probably gonna want a grafted avocado if you want fruit quick. If grown from seed, be prepared to wait upwards of maybe like 25 years. And they do get really big in Central Valley if grown from seed. The option, of course, is to just continue to grow it. So yeah, this is what I mean by I mean, look at the way that they've got this. I mean, it's essentially double. This looks to be maybe 6 mil painter's plastic, the exact same one I use for my temporary greenhouses. Doubled up, and then shade fabric on top of it, and that's what's needed. I mean, yeah. I mean, in their case, I mean, it is for commercial purposes, so they do want to protect the inventory. But wow, these look to be maybe cherries. Yeah, they are cherries. But actually, if you come here, I wanted to point something out for you. For the folks in Southern California, maybe specifically just the LA region, there is one thing that we have here in the Central Valley nurseries, along with the tropical fruit trees, that they don't. Citrus. We got citrus. Mandarins, oranges, pomelos, grapefruits, kaffir limes, you name it. But from what I'm told, there is a quarantine thing happening with some pest issues, so it can't be imported in or out. But we've got them here. Yeah, the Central Valley is known for growing citrus. Look at this. Kaffir lime, finger lime, mandarin, gold nugget. Oh yeah. Citrus, no protection needed. Maybe from the sun when young, but besides that, they are fine. Oh boy. Yeah, so if you notice the plastic on the ground, this is why I don't have a permanent greenhouse made of painted paint. Plastic is they're not really designed to be used as a greenhouse, although they certainly can. It's not meant to be used year round, so they can degrade like this. Boy, melee apple. Wow, I'm surprised they've got melee. Well, I guess I shouldn't be surprised because they've got wax bamboo here. But yeah, melee apple. Wow. And lychees. Here you go. Sweethearts. Yeah, lychees, one of the more sun-sensitive trees. And what are these guys? Oh, cashews. Wow. More wax bamboos here, wax apples. Yeah, the price is not bad for the size container. It's yeah, I'm really impressed. I figured they would be a premium, but no, it's really on par with what's down south. Yeah, long ends. No, I'm sorry, not long ends. Lychees, sour sops. This is what I was talking about. Right now it's on sale. I'm sure it's limited time only, but it's half off. So Might pick a few of these up, but the thing with sourshops is they are crazy, crazy cold sensitive. So I'm not sure how these guys keep them alive, even in a unheated greenhouse. Most of mine have died in the past, even in heated greenhouses. But I don't know how these guys keep them alive. But I may pick some up just to try them again. Black sapote, of course. More, well, this is a Padilla. Maybe the Alano variety, yeah. Boy, yeah, coming down here, the loquats on the left, and then everything else. Oh, look at that. That's a jamun, incredibly fast growing tree. Yeah. So even though it's a mere 80 degrees, it really is really, really hot. It feels hot anyway. Guavas, you really can't have enough guavas. They make excellent container trees. Pro guavas, huh? Yeah. Buddha's hand citrus. Oh, and look at this. They know. Barbados cherry can definitely handle the sun. In fact, more sun the better. What they don't like is frost. So I would imagine once the temperature drops that they would be putting these in the greenhouse, probably maybe a heated even. But yeah, no, these guys can definitely take the sun. One note about Barbados cherry, they grow insanely quick. So that really should conclude it. I know they've got, actually, well, let's see what they've got in here. There's just a lot of greenhouses. I think a lot of these are just ornamental trees. Um, yeah, they are. Well, actually, except in here, it's mostly citrus. This is just all, a lot of it is citrus. And just the sheer variety too is, yeah, it is. It's like, you would think an orange is an orange, but they've got so many different types of orange and mandarins. But this is all citrus, smaller size. But yeah, that really should conclude this tour. It is, again, if you're in Northern California or you're even in Central California, and it's too much of a pain to go down to the Southern California region, maybe just the traffic alone is worth avoiding going down to LA area. But yeah, now you've got an option. From what the owner tells me, it's only been actually this year that they had a partnership with the folks down in LA to sell the various tropical fruit trees here. So, I mean, I'm really looking forward to the future. I mean, right now, their inventory isn't as good as, well, I'm sorry, the selection isn't as good as the one down in LA. You're talking, I didn't see any jackfruits, but that's just a matter of time. Um, so yeah, it is. Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking folks are starting to realize that we can grow these here. Uh, Granted, maybe with some protection, but they do grow here. And once they fully acclimate, they should be able to withstand the harshness of our climate year after year after year. So, all right, have a good afternoon.